Hi, and welcome to the Personal Development Company. Today we are going over 7 keys to controlling your anger. Key number 1 is projecting future outcomes. When we project future outcomes, what we're really doing is preparing beforehand for what might happen in a situation, what might go wrong, where our anger would rise. For example, I have a friend that's always late. This friend is consistently late. I've known them about 10 years and I can't think of one time that they were actually on time. So this friend calls me up one morning and says, "Hey, would you like to go to breakfast at 9 a.m.? Well, I'm trying to think about what could actually possibly happen, and I'm pretty sure you've already guessed it. My friend's probably going to be late. As a matter of fact, my friend is definitely going to be late. So what did I do? Well, I decided, yes, I'll go to breakfast, but I brought a book. I prepared, and guess what? My friend was late by 12 minutes. Instead of having a breakfast where we're arguing with each other, we had a great breakfast because I had prepared ahead of time. I had projected future outcomes. Key number 2 in controlling your anger is think about what you're going to say before you say it. And I'm sure most of us, at least me, if we're really being serious and honest, have said something in our lives where we regretted it later. So this key is very important. Due to the fact that we're trying to think about what we're going to say before we say it, there should be a reason to our anger. There should be a reason to our fighting or our arguing, and it should be to solve a problem. Make sure that what you're saying is coherent to the argument that's at hand. Make sure that what you're saying doesn't hurt people or those around you. Make sure that what you're saying isn't going to come back and haunt you. Key number 3 is to find constructive ways to communicate our anger. And this is really important because we don't want to make the anger worse, and we don't want to have the anger go out of control. We want to be constructive in dealing with it, and we have to deal with it in a constructive way by communicating. So what do I mean by this? This is when the initial stage of anger has ceased, when the fight might have ceased. This is a way where we explain our needs and our concerns without hurting the people around us. We need to find constructive ways of doing that. So instead of calling somebody a name and just being upset, you can ask, "Hey, can I talk to you now? Are we okay?" Or we can say, "Look, I listened to what you had to say when we were arguing, and a lot of it made sense. And so this is what I'm going to try to do to help this." Key number 4 is exercise. I don't do this very often, but I know that it works. A lot of students in anger management exercise to relieve stress. It is a proven fact scientifically that exercise reduces stress, and it's also a proven fact that stress causes anger. Key number 5 is forgive. Don't hold that grudge. Now, what do I mean by that? You don't have to forget, but you most certainly do have to forgive, because unforgiveness is not affecting anybody but you. Unforgiveness is harming you because it's keeping you in bondage, so that whenever you see that person, all you end up doing is reliving the event that made you angry, and they're probably just going about their day like it didn't even happen. Key number 6 is looking for a solution instead of focusing on the problem. Too many people, when they're angry, are only focused on the problem at hand. But what is the anger for? The anger is to tell us that the situation is wrong. So what we need to do is we need to seek for a solution, not seek to make the problem worse. And key number 7, which is one of the most ignored ones of all of them, is to seek professional help. If you have an anger management problem, or if you have an anger control issue that leads to violence, when you get angry, you get upset, you hurt people around you verbally and physically, maybe you should seek professional help. It comes in handy.